Okay, I'm going to focus on this word appropriation. I think it means to mete out, um, supplement. It's to mete out provisions. To mete out provisions. And you want to know what appropriation is so you can implement it if it's feasible, which means that you have a project and a certain amount of jobs that you want to delegate, because you don't want each person who's working on one task to need things that they don't have access to. So if you wanted to create a new money just for the purpose of creating a new money, everybody wants to do that, and you shouldn't have accolades for that. It's actually suspicious if you're a fat cat, like, it'll be suspicious. But if you want to create a money for a project, then all you need is a team, and you don't have to um, outside of your team. You don't need any other designs um, on what provisions are, because that takes you from your agenda. Okay. Now, the reason I'm talking about this is because people want to get excited that Starbucks is accepting Bitcoin, and they're saying, well, they're going to turn it back into money. So when they have they're using a payment bridge to be able to convert that into money. But here's the thing: like, does it even matter if you know the whole story? Because what they have is algorithmic bots that tell them the best time to convert it into money, right? And they're not going to convert it into money until it has peaked and it's starting correction. It's starting to um, consolidate and correcting again. So when it's stale, then they'll convert it into money. And it's a speculative asset. It doesn't bring adoption to Bitcoin if people are spending a speculative asset. That, I think, is what a stable coin is for. And it's very shrewd, and it's a little bit of gaslighting, but not too much, because, like, they're not cluing anybody in. They'll let you think that the purpose of buying Bitcoin is when people are starting to use it as money. But if you wait for people to use it as money, it's going to be way expensive to get it. What Bitcoin is for is crowdfunding for alt technology. And as long as there's enough projects that people would be interested in, and they can tokenize the project so that you're holding on to something as like a stock that's going to be used in their ecosystem, then you would want to invest in that. You don't need anybody to tell you to invest in that. Um, why would you want to invest in something if, as soon as the project is done, then they dump all of the coins on the market, they sell them all, and they go to zero? Then you were like, I'm going to invest in this coin so that I can dump on them before they dump on me. It doesn't make sense. So um, Theta has the right idea. I'm not saying that that project is going to be the one that changes the game, but what they're doing is the right idea, and I support Theta because that's what I want to see being attempted until we get it right. And basic attention token, like, I know what the problems are with these tokens, but I'm not going to get into pros and cons. They're just doing they're just doing something that is along the lines of what I think is going to be successful. Um, with, like, that if you can block ads, then you can slip in your own ads, and charge those ad companies for actual data on actual users, not ghost accounts. And with the theta, people would be interested in sending off or leasing their extra processing power and their broadband when they're not using their computer. But the thing is that um, the cable companies or the YouTube might kick them off because you're what's it called? We need those peak hours to be one price, and we need those slow hours to be, what I mean, there's something like pricing going on with that. So it's like the banks are are closing accounts of people who have crypto companies or but they're just sending them to another bank. So I mean, it's like it's not is it a setback. It's up to you and its perspective whether or not it's even a setback. Sometimes like they want you to evaluate things based on gaslighting standards, like where it's not the way that things actually go. And then even good people will run with logical fallacy just for argument's sake. uh, and I think everybody has used a logical fallacy in the past and is a little bit worried saying about whether or not they're going to use logical fallacies in the future. But you have to um, let to each his own. You have to let people. You don't correct people. You know, it's like it's just going to run its course until you get mentally tired and you want to see some actual gains. Then you just try something new, and we can go now, but we got to figure out uh, what we haven't tried yet. And my advice is to try any old shit. Like it's really excuse me. Yeah.